Be me, 41, VP of Operations at Fortune 500 tech company. Worked my entire adult life to get here. Six-figure salary, stock options, corner office. Own a house in expensive Boston suburb. Everything I was supposed to achieve as a modern woman. Single, no kids, fully independent. Exactly the life I planned in my 20s. Moved into this neighborhood 2 years ago. Nice area, good schools, professional families. Perfect place for successful single woman like me. My next door neighbor is everything I'm not. Her name is Catherine. She's 38. Stay-at-home mom with 4 kids. Husband works as architect, traditional setup. The kind of life I've always pitied. She's always home when I leave for work at 7 a.m. Still home when I get back at 8 p.m. Spends her days doing laundry and driving kids around. Everything feminism taught me to avoid. We've been cordial neighbors, nothing more. Wave hello, small talk about weather. But I've never engaged deeply with her. What would we even talk about? She's living in the 1950s, and I'm living in 2024. Her life seems small, limited, constrained, while mine is expansive, important, meaningful. At least that's what I've always told myself. Work from home on Fridays now, company policy. First time really observing her daily life. What I see surprises me in ways I didn't expect. She's up at 6 a.m. I can see her kitchen light. Making breakfast for 6 people, packing lunches. Kids come down one by one. She greets each one. Husband comes down. She hands him coffee. They kiss, actually kiss, like they still like each other. Not perfunctory peck, but real affection. Family eats breakfast together, all 6 of them. Talking, laughing, planning their day. By the time they're done, it's 7:30 a.m. She's already been working for 90 minutes. Husband leaves for work. Kids leave for school. She waves them all off from the doorway, then immediately starts cleaning the kitchen. I'm just logging into my first meeting of the day. Boss is already demanding updates on projects. Watch her throughout the morning between meetings. She does laundry, cleans, groceries delivered, but also sits down with coffee and a book. Takes a walk around the neighborhood. Calls someone, laughing on the phone for 20 minutes. Doesn't look stressed or oppressed or frantic. Looks content, peaceful even, enjoying her morning. Around 2 p.m., school buses start arriving. She's there at the door for all the kids. Has snacks ready, asks about their days. Actually listens to their answers, engaged. Helps with homework at the kitchen table. One kid has soccer, she drives him. Comes back, starts dinner while helping other kids. Multitasking but not stressed, just flowing. Husband gets home at 6, she's still cooking. He doesn't sit down, helps her finish dinner. They work together, easy rhythm, practiced. Like a team that's been playing together for years. Family dinner at 6:30, all together again. I'm eating takeout at my desk, still working. Watch them through my window while on conference call. Can see them talking, passing dishes, interacting. After dinner, she does dishes, he helps kids with bath. Then they switch, she does bedtime stories. He cleans up kitchen, they tag team everything. By 8:30 all kids are asleep, house quiet. She and her husband sit on the couch together, just talking, laughing, watching something. His arm around her, her head on his shoulder. They look happy, genuinely happy with each other. Not forcing it, not performing, just being. I'm still working, have been for 13 hours straight. This becomes my Friday routine over the next few months. Watching her life unfold while working from home. Start noticing patterns I didn't see before. She has friends who visit during the day. Other stay-at-home moms, they drink coffee and talk. They laugh a lot, seem to genuinely enjoy each other. Not fake laughs, but real joy in conversation. She volunteers at the kids' school twice a week. Runs the PDA, organizes events and fundraisers. Has a whole community I never knew existed. People who know her, value her, rely on her. Her house is always full of life and energy. Kids' friends coming over, family gatherings on weekends. Neighbors dropping by, constant flow of people. She's the center of this universe she's created. My house is silent except for me and my laptop. One Friday, I'm particularly stressed about work. Big presentation went badly. Boss criticized my work in front of team. Working late to fix it, near tears from frustration. Feeling like failure despite my VP title and salary. Look out window around 5 p.m. See Catherine in her backyard. She's teaching youngest kid to ride bike without training wheels. Patient, encouraging, celebrating small victories. Running alongside, hands ready to catch. Kid finally gets it, rides a few feet alone. Catherine cheers like it's Olympic gold medal moment. Husband comes out, they both applaud and celebrate. Kid is beaming, so proud, so happy with herself. They're making a core memory right there in their backyard. While I'm making PowerPoint slides, no one will remember next week. Something breaks inside me watching this simple moment. Start crying at my desk, don't even know why exactly. Just overwhelmed by the contrast between our lives. Her life is full of moments that matter to real people. Mine is full of meetings that don't matter to anyone. Weekend comes, I'm exhausted from brutal work week. Sleep until noon Saturday, have no plans or obligations. Look out window when I wake up, Catherine's family is everywhere. Husband mowing lawn, kids playing in sprinklers. She's gardening, planting flowers in front beds. They're all together, all busy, all clearly happy. I'm alone in my house with nothing to do and no one to do it with. Try to work but can't focus on spreadsheets. Try to watch TV, but nothing interests me or hold attention. End up just watching her family through window like creep. Realize how pathetic this is, but can't stop myself. Sunday afternoon, see her sitting on porch alone. Rare moment of solitude, reading a book peacefully. Decide to go over, can't explain why. Just need to talk to her, need to understand something. Walk over with a bottle of wine as excuse for visit. Hi, Catherine. Thought you might want this. She looks surprised, but pleased by gesture. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. Want to sit for a bit? I'm just reading. Sit down next to her on the porch swing. Can hear her kids playing inside with husband. Sounds of laughter, life, family connection. Everything my house doesn't have. How do you do it? I blur out suddenly. She looks confused. Do what exactly? All of it, the kids, the house, looking so content. Don't you ever feel like you're missing out on something? She puts down her book, studies me carefully. Missing out on what exactly? Gesture vaguely at nothing and everything. Career, independence, your own identity. Being more than just a mom and wife. Having something that's yours. She's quiet for a moment, not offended. Just thinking about how to answer honestly. I am more than a mom and wife. But I'm also those things, and I chose them deliberately. This is my career, my family is my work and my purpose. Feel the familiar feminist arguments rising in my throat. But you're completely dependent on your husband financially. If something happened, if he left or died, you'd have nothing, no income, no recent work history. She nods, acknowledging the risk. If John died or left, yes, I'd struggle initially. But he's not going to leave. We're partners in this. We chose each other and keep choosing each other every day. She continues before I can respond with statistics. And I'm not completely dependent in the way you think. I manage our household, our finances, our kids' entire lives. I create stability that allows him to focus on his work. He provides income. I provide everything else that matters. We're interdependent, not me dependent on him. Never thought about it that way before, the mutual dependence. But don't you want your own money, your own success? Your own thing that's separate from him and the kids. She smiles, not condescending, but understanding. I have my own success. It just looks different than yours. I'm raising 4 humans to be good people and contributing citizens. I created a home where people want to be and feel safe. I built a community. I'm respected at school and church. That's success, just different metrics than corporate success. Feel defensive now. Protective of my choices. I have success too. I work hard for it. Corner office, VP title, financial independence. 6-figure salary, respect in my industry. She nods. That's wonderful, genuinely impressive. If that makes you happy, that's what matters most. The question implied in her tone is obvious. Does it make you happy, though? Can't answer immediately, throat suddenly tight. I don't know anymore, I finally whisper. She reaches over, touches my hand gently. Can I be honest with you about something? I've watched you too, through the windows. You work so much, you're always alone in that house. You look exhausted and sad most days. Tears start falling before I can stop them. I'm exhausted all the time, bone deep. Work is never done. Expectations are impossible. And I come home to empty house every single night. I can't remember the last time someone touched me with affection, the last time I laughed with someone about something real, the last time anything felt meaningful or important. She's quiet, just listening without judgment or advice. I thought your life was everything to avoid. Thought you were trapped and oppressed and limited. But you're happy and fulfilled, and I'm miserable and empty. She hands me a tissue from her pocket, lets me cry. I'm not going to tell you my way is right for everyone, or that your choices were wrong for who you are. But I will say that what you see isn't oppression or limitation. She gestures at her house, her life, her world. I chose this, every part of it, with open eyes. I could have had a career. I have a degree in economics. But I wanted to raise my kids myself, wanted to build this life. And John supports that choice like I support his career choices. Feel something fundamental shifting in my chest. How did you know this was right for you? I didn't at first. Society told me I should want career and achievement. That staying home was settling, was wasting my potential and education. She looks at me directly, making sure I hear this. But I realize my potential is whatever I decide it is. Not what feminism says, not what society expects or demands. I decided my potential was raising good humans and building a happy home. That's not less than your potential. It's just different. We sit in silence for a while, processing. Her husband comes out with lemonade for both of us. Thought you ladies might be thirsty. It's hot out here. He's comfortable with me being here, not threatened or territorial. Thanks, honey, Catherine says naturally, affectionately. He kisses her head and goes back inside without hovering. We don't have traditional marriage in the ways you think. John does dishes, helps with kids, does laundry regularly. I manage our investments, handle contractors, fix things around the house. We just divide labor by what works for us and our strengths, not by what gender roles say we should do. This challenges everything I assumed about them. I thought all stay-at-home moms were oppressed by default. Some might be. I'm sure relationships exist where women are controlled. But that's not about staying home. That's about abuse and bad partnerships. My staying home is a choice I make every single day. I could go back to work tomorrow if I wanted to. John would support it. One of her kids comes out, interrupting. Mom, can I have a snack before dinner? Let me help you get one. What sounds good? She stands up, asks me, want to come in for a bit. Follow her into the house. It's lived in but warm and welcoming. Photos everywhere, kids' artwork on fridge, life documented on walls. Not pristine and sterile like my house, but full of love and memories. She makes her daughter a snack, asks about her soccer game earlier. Daughter chatters away excitedly, completely comfortable with mom. Catherine listens like it's most important thing in the world right now. Asks follow-up questions, remembers details from previous conversations. Realize this is what I'm missing in my life. Not a husband or kids specifically necessarily, but connection, purpose, people who need me for more than my output. People I come home to, people who actually care that I exist. I should go, I say awkwardly after a few minutes. Thanks for the wine and the talk, I appreciate it. She walks me to the door, hand on my arm. You're welcome over anytime, seriously. If you want to talk, or just not be alone in that house. Her kindness without judgment breaks me again. Go home to my empty, beautiful, expensive house. Sit on my designer couch and cry for an hour. For the life I built that doesn't fulfill me at all. For the loneliness I've been ignoring for years. For the judgment I had of Catherine's choices. When she's actually happier and more fulfilled than I am. Next Friday, working from home again, as usual. Try not to watch her, but can't help myself. See her life, her contentment, her sense of purpose. Compared to mine, the difference is devastatingly stark. Middle of the day, she's baking cookies with kids. They're laughing, making a huge mess, clearly having fun. Flour everywhere, chaos, but joyful chaos. I'm in a Zoom meeting being yelled at about quarterly metrics. Realize she's building memories that will last lifetimes. I'm building quarterly reports that will be forgotten by next quarter. She's creating humans who will remember baking cookies with mom. I'm creating presentations that will be deleted in a year. Weekend comes. I'm alone again in my silent house. Catherine invites me to her daughter's birthday party. Just neighbors and family, very casual, nothing fancy. Almost say no out of habit and discomfort. But something makes me say yes this time. Go to the party Saturday afternoon with a gift. Her house is full of people, controlled chaos, laughter everywhere. Kids running around playing, adults talking and connecting, music playing. Catherine is everywhere at once, hosting, making sure everyone's happy. But she looks joyful doing it, not stressed or overwhelmed. Meet her friends, other moms from neighborhood and school. They're educated, accomplished, chose to stay home deliberately. Not because they had to, because they genuinely wanted to. One was a lawyer, one was a doctor, one was an engineer. All left successful careers to raise kids, all happy with choice. They talk about their lives, their kids, their communities with enthusiasm. Not with regret or resentment, but with genuine fulfillment. One of them asks what I do for work. I'm VP of operations at tech company downtown. They're impressed, ask questions about it. But as I describe my work, it sounds empty even to me. Meetings, reports, office politics, constant stress and pressure. Nothing that actually matters in the long run, nothing that lasts. Do you enjoy it? The former lawyer asks directly. Honest answer surprises even me. Not really, but it's what I work for my entire adult life. All those years of sacrifice and climbing the ladder. Feels like I should enjoy it, like I owe it to past me. She nods with complete understanding in her eyes. I felt that way about law for years. 6 years of school, 5 years at big firm. Partner track, everything I supposedly wanted and worked for. But I was miserable every single day, hated my life. She looks at her kids, playing in the backyard. Left it all when I got pregnant with my first. Best decision I ever made in my entire life. Don't miss it at all. Don't regret it for a second. Later in the afternoon, Catherine finds me alone in kitchen. You okay? You seem really sad today. Just thinking about my life and how it turned out. About how different it is from yours and everyone here. She sits next to me at the kitchen table. Do you want kids? Want a family of your own? The question I've been avoiding asking myself for years. I thought I wanted a career instead. That was the whole point, the whole plan I made. But watching all of this today, I think maybe I chose wrong, made the wrong call. My voice breaks on the last word, tears coming again. You're 41. It's not too late to change course. Isn't it though? I'm set in my ways and patterns. Too old to have kids naturally, too focused on career to pivot. She shakes her head firmly. My sister had her first at 43. It's possible. And even if you don't have biological kids, you could still find partnership, community, purpose beyond work. Could still build a life that's not just career and empty house. Want to believe her, but feels impossible from where I stand. I don't even know how to do that anymore. How to be vulnerable, how to let someone in emotionally. I've been independent and self-sufficient so long, it's who I am. She smiles gently, with compassion, not pity. Start small. Start with just being honest with yourself. About what you actually want, what you're missing. Stop pretending the career is enough when it clearly isn't. Drive home that night thinking about her words. About my life, my choices, my profound loneliness. About how I judged Catherine as oppressed and limited, when she's actually free in ways I'm not and never have been. Free from the pressure to constantly achieve more. Free from the emptiness of coming home alone every night. Free from pretending to be happy when she's clearly not. Monday morning, drag myself to work like always. Corner office that used to feel like hard-won success now just feels like expensive prison cell. Meetings all day, office politics, stress and pressure. Everything Catherine has consciously opted out of. Everything I've been chasing relentlessly for 20 years. Come home at 9 p.m. House is dark and silent as tomb. Catherine's house is lit up, warm, alive with activity. Can see them having family dinner through window. All together, talking, laughing, connected to each other. Break down, crying in my driveway in my car. For what I have and what I'm desperately missing. For the success that feels like complete failure. For the independence that feels like total isolation. Catherine sees me from her window, comes outside. Doesn't say anything, just sits with me in the car. Lets me cry on her shoulder for 10 minutes. I'm so unhappy, I finally say out loud. I know, she says gently. I've known for a while. We sit there in the dark car together. Her being present without trying to fix anything. Me being broken without having to pretend. What do? I ask, desperately lost. I don't know how to change my entire life at 41. She's quiet for a long moment, then speaks carefully. Maybe start by admitting you want to change it. That what you have isn't working or making you happy. That there's no shame in wanting something completely different. Her words give me permission somehow. Permission I didn't know I needed. Permission to want what I've always judged as lesser. Permission to admit my choices didn't make me happy like they were supposed to. I used to judge you so harshly, I confess. Thought you wasted your potential and education. Thought you were oppressed and didn't even know it. She laughs softly, not offended. I know, I could tell from the beginning, but I also knew you were projecting your own fears, that you were defending your choices by attacking mine. She's right. She saw through me from day one. I'm sorry for judging you in your life. Don't be sorry, just learn from it and grow. Learn that there are many valid ways to live your life. And success is whatever actually makes you happy. Not what society or feminism says should make you happy. We talked for over an hour in my dark driveway. About choices and regrets and possibilities for change. About how it's never too late to completely change course. About how admitting you want something different is incredibly brave. She invites me for dinner with her family that night. First time eating a meal with other people in months. Her kids are loud and chaotic and messy, but also sweet and funny and so alive and present. Her husband asks me about work with genuine interest. I'm honest for first time in years with someone. It's unfulfilling. I'm burning out badly. Thinking about making some major changes in my life. He nods with complete understanding. Catherine left the career she worked hard for too. It was scary as hell, but she's never regretted it once. Catherine smiles at him across the crowded table. Best scary decision I ever made in my life. They have a moment, silent communication between them. Years of partnership, of choosing each other daily. Something I've never had, never even really tried for. After dinner, helping Catherine with dishes. Thank you for being kind to me, I tell her, when I've been so judgmental of your choices. She dries a plate, looks at me seriously. You weren't judging me, you were judging yourself. Trying to justify your own choices by making mine wrong. I understood that. I've been there in different ways. Feel seen in a way I haven't in years. I don't know what to do next, though. How to actually change when I'm so stuck in patterns. She thinks about it while washing more dishes. Maybe start therapy, talk through what you actually want. Maybe date, try to be vulnerable with someone. Maybe cut back on work, make space for life. Maybe just be honest about being unhappy. All of it sounds terrifying, but also necessary. Drive home that night, feeling different somehow. Not fixed, but maybe slightly less broken. Not happy, but maybe slightly less hopeless. Catherine gave me permission to want what I want. Not what feminism told me to want. Not what my career path dictated. But what would actually make me happy and fulfilled. TFW, you judge your stay-at-home neighbor as oppressed. TFW, you watch her life and realize she's actually deeply happy. TFW, your corner office and VP title feel completely empty. TFW, she has community and purpose and love and connection. TFW, you have independence and success and crushing loneliness. TFW, you break down, realizing you chose wrong path. TFW, she comforts you without any judgment. TFW, you finally admit what you're desperately missing. TFW, you've been projecting your defensiveness onto her choices. TFW, her traditional life is actually more fulfilling than your modern one. Still believe women should have choices and opportunities. Still think careers and independence matter and are important. But now understand that includes choosing family over career. Includes choosing partnership over independence if that's what fulfills you. Includes admitting that maybe the feminist narrative isn't one size fits all. Catherine wasn't oppressed by her choices at all. She was fulfilled and happy because of them, while I was oppressed by mine in ways I couldn't see. Oppressed by expectations to constantly achieve more. By pressure to prove I don't need anyone ever. By fear of admitting I want what I publicly rejected. At 41, finally understanding what actually matters in life. Not titles or salaries or independence for its own sake, but connection, purpose, people who choose you daily. People who are there when you come home at night. People who make life feel meaningful and worth living. Catherine showed me that by simply living her life. By being genuinely happy in the life I harshly judged. By being kind and patient when I was broken and lost. Now I have to figure out what to do with this knowledge. How to change a life I've carefully built for 20 years. How to admit I want something completely different. How to stop defending my choices and make new ones. Don't have all the answers yet, maybe any answers. But at least I'm asking the right questions finally. At least I'm being honest with myself. At least I have a neighbor who understands and doesn't judge. Who chose differently and isn't afraid to show it works. Who proves that there are many valid paths to happiness. And mine might not be the right one for me after all. That's terrifying, but also strangely freeing somehow. To admit I got it wrong, made mistakes. To see another way of living is possible. To have hope that it's not too late to change. To rebuild everything from scratch if necessary. Catherine's light is still on across the way. Can see her and her husband on the couch together. Just being together, choosing each other content. My house is dark and silent and empty. But maybe it doesn't have to stay that way. Maybe I can choose differently going forward.